What you're witnessing on your screens are live images from Westminster Abbey. It's really history that we're witnessing today. It's Britain's biggest ceremonial event in 7 decades. Charles will become the oldest British monarch to have the 360-year-old St. Edward's crown placed on his head in a short while from now. The ceremony is being watched by about 100 heads of state. Now, earlier when Queen Elizabeth was crowned, there was a much larger gathering. This time it's about some 2,000 guests who have been invited for this ceremony. A much smaller ceremony, but still a spectacular one rather. Over there you can see the guests arriving, the priests, the religious, all arriving there. The guests are more or less seated as the ceremony will begin in about less than an hour from now, when King and Queen Consort arrive at Westminster Abbey. All right, let's now go across to Ali Einstein, who is a royal commentator, joining us live from London. Thanks, Ms. Einstein, for speaking to us. This is a historic moment, what we are witnessing right now, something that hasn't happened for the last 70 years. What in specific are you looking forward to? The ceremony, the procession, or the family coming together? What does it mean to you?
Well, I think what we know is that currently King Charles and the Queen Consort Camilla are stepping out of Buckingham Palace into the carriage. And then in 20 minutes from now, they will be starting the procession from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey. And that is going to be amazing to watch. We have hundreds of thousands of people have poured into London. The sharpshooters on the roof and the security around Westminster Abbey and Buckingham Palace is incredibly tight this morning. But you can imagine King Charles and Camilla, they're sitting in their coach right now, thinking finally they're going to the coronation. And this is a monumental event, and it is steeped in a lot of ceremony and pageantry. Of course, King Charles will be wearing his coronation robes. Camilla has had specific robes made for the event as well. So they will start that procession. And then by 11 o'clock, they will arrive at the church. Of course, we will see Kate and William. And I think we're going to get the biggest cheers for when Princes Louis, Prince George and Princess Charlotte all go in the open carriage along the mall to Westminster Abbey, and they will be taking part in the procession. I think what this signifies is the start of a new reign, but I think we're going to see a lot of the old pomp and ceremony on display. Britain gives great ceremony. Britain gives great parades. And we're seeing a lot of that happening today. I think it's in the last 24 hours, there has been a groundswell of support for King Charles, but there is a huge amount of pressure on his shoulders, because today is about the ceremony. Today is about how Britain shows the world what the royal family means. But tomorrow, he starts the process of being king. I do think we're going to see the biggest cheers, though, for William, for Kate, and for the children.
All right, Ms. Einstein, interesting there. Stay with us. We are also joined by Molly Gambhir, who is joining us from outside the British Parliament, very close to Westminster Abbey. Molly, so I can see the umbrellas are out. Tell us, the procession is going to begin in less than 20 minutes from now. Is the excitement building up there?
Well, yes, 20 minutes to go for an event that Britain is hosting after 70 years. So, of course, the excitement levels are only soaring, Rohit. We have been telling you about the way people have been going out of the way to be a part of this celebration. You know, they've been making their way towards the coronation procession route. They've been smart enough also to try and block spots which are as close to the procession route as possible, so that they get the first row seats, as many have been saying it, as many have been calling them, just to be able to catch a glimpse of the royal couple. So that is the main focus of those who've been travelling from different parts of the world, who have made their way to London just to be a part of this historic occasion. In fact, as our guest was also just mentioning, you know, the comparisons that have been drawn between this ceremony and the previous one, which happened 70 years ago. This is being called a scaled back version. So there are 2,000 guests as compared to the 8,000 guests that was seen last time. So 1/4 the number of guests, but that's just one part of the story. The ceremony will also be seeing several firsts. In terms of the swearing of the allegiance to the king. That's the chorus of millions, as it is being called. What is that? Now, it's for the first time that members of the public will be invited to swear allegiance to the king and be a part of the ceremony. That's for the first time that the public will actually be a part of the ceremony. There are also several other firsts, like for example, the female clergy playing an important role. And just overall, the very fact that we are looking at a trimmed down version as reports have been calling it, that in itself tells you that while for the past 1,000 years this ceremony has not really changed, it's been a long-standing tradition, it stood the test of time. There are several changes that are being brought about, and they have been talked about as well. But apart from that, the celebrations, of course, the mood here is that of a weekend-long party, and like we've been saying, people have been leaving no stone unturned to show their enthusiasm on the ground as well. A lot of people will be watching, of course, from home on their TV sets. But tomorrow will be a day of another celebration where we will see the coronation lunch, which of course has the signature dish, the coronation quiche, that's been selected this time around by the royal couple themselves. That's a part of the tradition as well. And then we have a royal concert that will take place on Sunday. 3 days of street parties. We'll be getting you all those festivities as well, getting you those reactions as we have in the run-up to the coronation ceremony. And just the fact that people are saying that they did not want to miss this for anything. Those who've been camping, it takes a lot to be out on the streets through the night to just carry limited supplies with you and not worry about the rain, the cold. So that in itself tells you about the enthusiasm levels among those who've made that effort. And for what? Just so that they can witness this event in person, because they say this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them.